Hello everyone, welcome back. We get to do our lower body focused class today. I've got my props, my blocks, and my strap close by. A little bit of space to move is always good, you know that. And let's get started. So let's begin sitting down and props to the side if you'd like. We'll do a half straddle. So if you want to bring your left leg out wide and your right leg in front of you, you might point your toes up, lengthen through your spine, and maybe sit here. You might take a tip forwards and maybe even a sway side to side, feeling the stretch through the inner leg. Point your toes up. Just notice how you're feeling through that left leg so far today. And then you can start to lift if you are folding. Bring your leg in and switch sides. Point your toes up, lengthen your spine, and maybe tipping forward and swaying a little bit if it feels good to do so. And then just using an inhale, find your way back up, bringing your legs in, maybe all the way together to have a little hug, a little squeeze of the knees. And then you can come into butterfly, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Inhale, sit tall. Stay here or tipping forwards again. And maybe sway. Maybe not. Nice job, you guys. If you're folding forwards, let an inhale bring you back up. Knees together again, give them a squeeze. And then we can make our way into tabletop, onto our hands and knees. Maybe sway your hips a few more times, side to side. And then we'll be bringing our right foot forwards. If you like to hold on to your blocks, you can bring them in. Right foot forwards, let's set up a lunge. Sinking into our hips. A moment to try to slide that front foot and back knee together. Activate. And then relax. And maybe lift your chest and place your hands on your knee and activate. Pulling that front foot and back knee together, and then relax and let your chest come down. Plant your hands, take a moment, sink into your hips a little more. Sending your hips back for your half splits. Maybe pushing your toes down, dropping your chest. Maybe lifting your toes up, dropping your chest. And then slowly bending into the front knee again. Heel toe your foot off to the right side. Set up your lizard. Bringing your hands under your shoulders. Sinking into the hips. The option to keep the left hand down or skip this part, but if you want to reach for your back leg, we'll do another quad stretch after. Letting your back leg go if it's lifted. Come forwards, planting your hands, heel toe your foot to the middle of your mat, and then slide your front leg back into your tabletop again. Take a moment to sway your hips, shake it out a little bit. We are going to be switching sides, so left foot can come forwards. Set up your lunge, keeping your hands down to start. Maybe activating, hopefully, Activating. Front foot, back knee. Pull them together. Wake up your legs and then relax. Lift the chest if you want to lift the chest. Activate again. Find that hip flexor. Activate, activate. And then relax. And fold. Plant your hands. Relax a little bit more. Let your chest get heavier. And then start to send the hips back. Find your half split. Maybe point the toes down. Maybe point the toes up. Letting an inhale, bend your knee again back into your lunge. Heel toeing your foot to the left side. Set up your lizard. Hands under your shoulders, sink into your hips. You can stay here. You can use your strap if you want to, but right hand will stay planted and maybe reaching back for your foot. Awesome, you guys. If you have your foot, let it go. Come back onto the hands. Heel toe your left foot in. And then push all the way back into your table top. Give your hips a little bit of a sway side to side. You can stay here if you think child's pose will feel good. Knees out wide, big toes together, but maybe you'll keep your chest lifted. Send the hips back and sway. Maybe you want to be still. You can lower your chest as much as feels good, but just take a moment. Awesome work, you guys. From here, we're going to lift our hips. We're going to cross our ankles and sit down. So our legs can come out in front of us. Right leg can be long. Let's bring our left foot on top of the quad. Leaning back a little if it feels good to do so. Maybe bending your right leg in, bringing the legs towards the chest a little bit more. Feeling that left glute. Push into your hands a little bit. Flex your left foot a little bit. And then if you did bend your bottom leg, we're going to send that one out long again. Take your foot off of your quad. We're just going to pivot onto our right side. Quad stretch. Hug your heel towards your glute. Stay on your side. Or if you were able to sit with the heel towards the glute on the outside of that glute, you can use the floor to help you hold your heel towards your glute, and you might lean back a little and you might bend your right leg again. So wherever you're coming from, whatever your quad stretch happens to look like right now, we're going to meet sitting down. So tip over to the side if you need to, just free up your leg. Maybe give your legs a little bit of a rock or sway side to side, and then your left leg can come out long. Right foot's going to try to come on top of the quad. You can stay here. You can lean back and bend your bottom leg in. Figure 4 seated. Flex the foot. Notice your glute. And then either letting that bottom leg come back out long and maybe rolling to the left side a little, hugging your heel towards your glute, or using the floor. Staying seated, leaning back, and maybe bending the left leg too. Whatever feels good. On your knees, your quads. Might turn into more of an ankle stretch than a quad stretch. That's good too. Let's slowly start to come out of this though. So you can tip over, free up your leg, bring your knees back together, maybe give them a hug, take a rock side to side if you'd like. And then we're going to stay seated. We are going to either cross our legs or we can find double pigeon. So maybe your right leg can be on the bottom and your left foot can try to rest on top of your right knee. You might be leaning back, lengthening through the spine. You might start to flex your feet, point your toes forwards. Maybe you're able to sit nice and tall instead of leaning back. Maybe you're able to tip forwards. And as always, a little sway might feel good and it might not. If you are folding forwards though, start to lift again. We can cross our legs the other way, cross-legged or double pigeon. Bringing your right foot on top of the left knee, starting to flex the feet, either leaning back, sitting tall, or maybe tipping forwards. The little sway or stillness, but feeling your glutes. You're folding forwards. Let an inhale bring you back up. Hug your knees, give them a squeeze, and then we're gonna send both of our legs out long, out wide for a full straddle. Point your toes up, either leaning back a little, sitting tall, maybe tipping forward. Maybe swaying. If you're folding forwards though, let an inhale bring you back up. Help your legs come together again. One last squeeze. And then you can find your way into a nice comfy seat. Awesome, you guys. Beautiful practice as always. I look forward very much to making you hold those stretches a lot longer tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, namaste.